Hi there, and welcome to Understanding Level Creative's hosting service. I have a lot of people always asking, or maybe they're confused on what we use at Level Creative for hosting. And I've been doing this for 10, 11 years, actual hosting. Not one of our sites has had major issues. We back up files, we back up and create mirror images, other things. We have CDN. I'm going to go over all of this. I want you to understand what you're getting for free, because for most of my clients, the first year is for free, and the second year and on is $60 a year. I want to show you what we are paying, which I'm looking now, and there's a sale, but we have the premium server. It's got 4 cores, 8 threads, 1 terabyte mirrored, 16 gigabytes. Bandwidth is 15 terabytes, and a lot of features there. This is exactly what the server looks like. It is not in my basement. The server is not in my room. The server is with Bluehost. Bluehost is one of the top providers. They've been around longer than most other providers. They're based out of Utah. When you speak to somebody, you can call 24/7 support, which we have. So you can call at 3 in the morning, figure out what's going on at 1 in the morning, and try to understand anything to do with your website. But we also have a dedicated support team as well that we just brought on, 2 additional people, that not only do they have access to all of this, they also have access to the support, and they have access to talk to you if you have issues. We are proud of having, over the past year, since we've moved over and upgraded to the new servers, we've had 100% uptime. If there has been downtime, it's because the client has let their domain expire. We have great trust in Bluehost, and I hope that translates into trust into Level Creative. You may not hear from us. You might not have heard from us a lot in the past. You may have said, well, what if you pass away? I've heard it all. Like, what if you pass away, or what if you go MIA? It's all understandable, and those are very valid questions, and those are very valid concerns, because people do pass away and are left in limbo when their site is on somebody else's server. And there's a control issue where you feel like, okay, well, I don't feel like I have complete control with my website. But I'm here to let you know today, from this day forward, you do have complete control of your website, and we're going to go into that. So, what does a hosting site do? It mainly does security. It mainly does speed. It mainly lets you know that your site is safe and it's always going to be up, because that's the one thing that you definitely want, is it to always be showing and not having a lot of downtime and a lot of problems. I remember last year, or maybe 2 years ago, GoDaddy got hacked. There was a bunch of other people. I've had DreamHost. I've worked with WP Engine. I've worked with a lot of people, and I haven't had the success and happiness that I've had with WordPress-friendly sites on Bluehost. And that's because we also add a bunch of things with the server. We'll go over that. So I want to make sure you understand that on a hosting plan, when you go switch over, let's just say maybe GoDaddy. When you switch to GoDaddy, you are sharing a site on a shared or VPS server with hundreds, if not thousands, of other websites. These websites could be porn websites. These sites could be spam websites. Really, GoDaddy and all these other people, even if you have a Bluehost shared server, they don't really police what's on there. Let's say somebody, joeschmo.com is on a server, and you have it a shared server. So let's say that this joeschmo.com gets spammed and it gets infiltrated with a virus. That virus can easily spread throughout the server from one website to another. You don't even have to, you could have all the security issues, like all the security issues covered, but if the server gets infected or the server goes down, you know, you've got issues and you've got problems. I've seen it happen many, many, many times. I've seen sites when I used shared servers, tons of email spoofing problems, tons of performance issues and things like that. So a dedicated server lets you know that the only websites on that server are my websites. And if we go here, I want to show you actually how many websites we are hosting. So this is the start to here. We have 99 Timbers, Asiana, Grand Buffet, AVL, Creative Basic, Bavarian Dining, Big River Records, Basilia Cafe, John Lawson, Dry Pros, ESI, Evolve Life Centers, Foster's Tavern, Home Slice Pizza, Oh Yeah Hot Sauce, Mountain Credit. All of these customers, Rod and Slide Sports, Room 9, Tosifu, Sweetwater Concept, Spotlight, Asheville, Salons, Transputer, We Measure Houses, Wild Ginger, Youngblood, Zombra. All these are great, awesome clients, and that is you. If you're watching this, you're one of these. A lot of these have been around for years, have had websites for years. Take Cafe Gia. She's been with us since 2009. Let's take ESI. They've been around for us a long time. Foster's Tavern, they've been around for a long time. There's a lot of these. Sweetwater Concepts been around since 2007. Transputer's been around for 3 or 4 years. So one thing we want to do is instill trust that we know what we're doing and we have your back as well. One thing I want to do and show you is that if we go here, let's say Evolve Life Centers, and we optimize everything. I think you've seen this before, but we can go to an uptime monitor, and I want to show you that our server has been 100% for the past 30 days. That's 100%. That's not even one inkling of off. I could go to GoDaddy and show you, or somebody else, and show you that it's at 97.9. In the middle of the night, they'll shut down on their shared servers. The last 7 days, 100%. So we keep this uptime monitor. If something goes bad or something goes down, not only do you get alerted, but we get alerted. So you have that as a safe assurance of what we provide. Now, also, I have people asking all the time, well, okay, can I get access to the control panel, the main control panel? Well, that's a little finicky. The only reason a client would want to get into the control panel is A, they want to go somewhere else, or they want to back up files. And maybe they want to go somewhere else because they don't feel like there's trust built. They're kind of unsure of what's going to happen. Maybe the communication breakdown has been there, which, you know, we have definitely been there because we've gone through the growing pains of having 40 to 50 web clients, and that's a big task. But we have put things into place over the past month to build your trust, to build you understanding, and one of those things is our backups. So if we go to our backups, I want to show you something, and I want to show you that our backups are done every day for most part. Here's 3, 4, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and here's the next scheduled backup. We've talked about this before in the video I sent previously. I think I want to get into it a little bit more. You have access to this as well. We do send you backups from here on out on a monthly basis. You do get those. One thing we do send is the files directly to the database. We update on a daily basis and things like that. So I'm not trying to keep you or keep my clients on, you know, my host. I'm not trying to gel you into this. I'm trying to make you understand what you're getting for practically nothing. And I want you to understand that anytime you need reassurance, there is reassurance here. So we can download, and so I'll hit download and generate an archive, and basically I'll download this zip file and it will be sent to you. I can set these things up to automatically send you backups weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, which I do recommend bi-weekly. Monthly if you don't have a lot of content. So like somebody like Evolve Life Centers, they're not adding a lot of content. Really, they should only need to be backed up once a month or once every 2 weeks, and you should only get a backup every month, because nothing is really changing. Therefore, if we have like a website like Youngblood Bikes, where they're constantly taking bikes down, taking bikes up, they should probably receive a backup every week, or every 2 weeks, but we should be backing it up every day. So that is definitely something to think about. We can clone, we can restore from zip, so I can actually bring your site back up if something bad happens, because we do back up and download all of the websites, and that includes all files. Right here they are, and that includes all of the, let's click this, that includes the database, which is right here. Now, the next question is, you're saying, okay, well, what do I lose if I step away from Level Creatives hosting? Well, first, you lose the price, because for free for 1 month for dedicated serving and $60 a year is unheard of. I talked to actual Bluehost about it, and they said I was crazy. But I love my clients, and I want to stick with you. Even though we don't talk on a daily basis or a weekly basis, I want you to understand that you are still getting day-to-day service. Even though you don't see it, you're still getting it. I want to show you that the performance, we take performance from F to an A. These are your page speed grades. So if you're saying, hey, is that server, could they do something better? No. There is no other service that's going to perform anything better than a page speed. It's just not going to happen. It could be a 96, a 99, but we're also going to get there as well. So you have to be understanding of that. Now, there's on-site and off-site SEO. You will not lose any off-site SEO if you switch hosting and servers, but you'll take a hit with on-site SEO. The reason being is we put a lot of things on our hosting and on-site SEO that you get, and that is including things you saw like the Hummingbird and the Smush Pro and the Smart Crawl, and even this SEO right here that we can see where your page rankings are. So you lose all of this immediately. Not only do you lose all of this, and here we can see competitors and things like that, not only do you lose all of this, but you lose our optimization that we do on a day-to-day basis that nobody else is going to do for you. We keep your plugins all up to date real time, which another hosting provider or service provider, they're going to charge you for this. We are not charging you for this. This is free. The optimization is free. The backups are free. The security right here. We verify everything clean on the host and on the server. That makes it look appealing to Google and Bing and all of your other search engines. Things clean. It's got a green check mark. We look for vulnerabilities, so there is security on your website. And WebTrust. We also have a service called We Watch Your Website, which is being watched 24/7. And you could probably go to wewatchyourwebsite.com, talk to a guy named Tom. He's a really cool guy. He's really nice. He is always happy to answer your questions on on why security and things like that are so important. So we do have security features like Defender Pro on here that are paid services that we pay for. We pay $160 a month for each site server, the dedicated servers. We pay, anywhere from 80 to 100 a month each month on some of these plugins that you do not have to pay for. So another thing I want to talk about that you get is a content delivery network with us. So this is basically, it has 111 data centers spread across the globe. Cloudflare catches your content so your website loads with blazing fast speed. Its CDN reduces hops and lowers latency. So you can see here's a map of everywhere that there's a server. So when you're with us and you're linked in with Cloudflare, your website is actually on all of these servers cloned, which if somebody in this area, it's going to relay to this, or if you're over here in North Carolina, it's probably going to go to one of these, the closer maps. It also helps with under attacks and things like that. It works with static, and it's always line. If you go offline, we serve a limited copy of your cached website. I want you to think about that. So if you're on a CDN and it goes off, say there is a glitch from the server, they put a limited copy of your cached website and they keep it up. So even if it's not completely updated, it's up. Visitors are not seeing a blank page. Also, that we protect against traffic surges. So it absorbs the effect of bandwidth usage, so you stay online. It doesn't eat up bandwidth. So even when the busiest times are there, when you're on a CDN, your site should load relatively fast. This is trusted by Cisco, Zendesk, Commerce Cloud. You can do more research on a CDN, but you get that. You get the CDN for free. If you were with somebody else, you would have to pay for this service. We do add premium paid plugins to your site that you get, again, for free. I know I'm saying for free, but it's like the packed value that you get is just unbelievable. We're just putting in the smart crawl into all the websites, so that boosts your page rankings. We are also getting ready to install paid plugins that cost us, I think it's $149 a month. So another great thing that we have is Joom United. We work with these WordPress plugins. We'll be adding a lot more. Right now we have WP Media Folder installed on all websites. We will be adding WP Speed of Light, Meta SEO, and these are huge. So if I click this Meta SEO, I'm going to combine this with Yoast. So this tells you things like we will do like bulk editing for meta descriptions, meta tags. It gives you a smart page analysis, things like that. Contents-based image resizing, which it helps reduce file sizes of images, correct images. It puts in alt image titles and info, which is huge. We have redirects for a format. You're like, what does all this mean? We put together intuitive sitemaps, HTML, XML, and we will send you an email report for SEO and Google Analytics information. So this is definitely coming your way. You're getting a ton of features, and that's just for one of them. So you're getting a lot more coming up than what you have right now for your hosting. Speed of Light actually speed up WordPress even more. We combine a lot of these things together to give you the best caching and gzip compression and things like that. We are always striving to make your site the strongest possible. So yes, it is on steroids when it's hosted with us and when it's built with us. But yeah, those things are on. Now if I go to WP Media Folder, I want to show you, this is really cool. All of this is on our hosting sites. All of this is on our website. So if you go here, you can see that, let me go to, So here is a media library, and you can see how we have these organized. And if you look at a standard WordPress site or somebody else's, they will not have this more than likely, unless they're paying for the service. I have all the bikes in here. I have all the branding in here, gallery images, general web images, store images, advertising images. So if we click into bikes and click bikes, you can see we loaded up all the bikes into this category. Now we can go even further into bikes and hit Cannondale bikes or Yeti bikes. If I click Yeti bikes, I'm going to get all the Yeti images that we're using. So your site is majorly organized with us. And if this hasn't been implemented in your site, we are implementing it, throughout until the summertime. So it's constantly evolving. So yes, between the Joomla things, these dev plugins, which SmushPro, SmartCrawl, Hummingbird, MailChimp, Sync, Google Analytics Plus, and the dev dashboard, and the content delivery system, all of this stuff, and the backups, and all of this is all included in your hosting for free. Okay, you will not get that with any other person. And you're probably, the last most important thing that you're going to want to know is, well, what if you shut down shop? What if you flake out? What if your company, burns to the ground? What if you pass away in a flight, or in the middle of the night, or you crash and burn in a flight? Hopefully none of that happens. But if it does happen, we do have backup protocols for that. We are setting a system up that you can understand that if something happens, there are 5 people that have this information, which you will get their contact numbers, and you will get their information, and you will get their email addresses. These are 5 selected people that I trust totally with my life. Some are family members, some are long time friends. But the thing is I thought about it, and I understand that, we're a small company. What if something happens and you don't have this available? So we want to make sure that that's always available to you. So what we have given them is our route to our dedicated hosting, which is right here. If I click right into this is our WHM, and you get access to this if something is to happen. And this has everything inside of it. And you do get your login information for the cPanel. If you do want your login information for the cPanel, I kind of get nervous about that, because I've given that to some people before, and they've clicked on crazy things, and I've had to go through 3 hours of figuring out what they did, and they've messed up their site. So it is kind of touchy. If you're a little bit technical and you've messed with it before, I will be happy to give you cPanel, but I really don't understand, unless you're wanting to move and migrate to another server, or you're wanting to, you could be a control freak. I'm a control freak too. I understand that. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're getting the backups, I would not suggest you use email on your server. I would suggest going with Google for a business email address. There is also an interesting point that your domain name should be kept completely separate from your hosting provider. And you can read that. You can look that up. You can Google that. So basically that's saying, like, all of my domain names are with whois.com. All of my hosting is with Bluehost. And the reason being is you have more control. It's actually, you can read up on it. I'm not going to go into it, but read up on why you should keep your domain name and your hosting separate. So that's it. And again, if you want to sit down with me and we can compare apples to apples, of what you're getting. I just want you to make sure, I'm sorry I talk a lot, but I just wanted you to make sure that you know what you're getting with us, because I haven't really explained this before. There's a lot of things that you're going to be understanding now from here on out. We're building, we're making Level Creative stronger. You can say 2.0, 3.0. We started to send out newsletters, keeping you more informed, and we're totally accessible. So, but if at all, you want to migrate to another server and you want to do all that, you will sign you have to sign a release statement, that we're no longer responsible for the site. It's sad because we upkeep that site, and when you're hosting with us, you get free redesigns every so often. Definitely every 2 years you get a whole new website. And if you didn't understand that, that was in your should have been in your agreement contract, that we'll do a reface or a redesign. And we want to make sure that these sites look good because they are our portfolio as well. And if one of your main concerns is content, and I think in the last newsletter we did, we actually talked about that, and we are sending out users and letting people get into the back end now because we put out training videos. So again, if there's any more questions or concerns you have, please feel free to call me. I'm available best in the morning or in the evening, or send me an email at josh@levelcreative, that's without an E at the end, levelcreativ.com. Express your concerns. We've been partners for a while, and I would like to keep that. There are some people who are not understanding things, which I will say is a little bit our fault. But you're always free to call and ask, and you're always free to call and say, hey, I need this put on my website. I think we do a pretty good job of responding to people's when they need something added to their website or taken down. Generally within 24 hours we take care of that, unless it's a huge task. So a lot of benefits to Level Creative Hosting, which is Bluehost hosting. It's, like I said, it's not in my basement or in my room or in our office somewhere. It's in Utah in a secure setting with multi-million-dollar insurance attached to it. But that's it. Sorry I talked your ear off, but I hope you understand it, and I hope I was clear enough to clarify a lot of issues for you. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.